Well, it's time to talk about another Earthling Publications release. The Spirit of Place. This is a Jeffrey Thomas novella. I bought this not too long ago. I really wasn't all that interested in it, but I also came to the realization that I've never been disappointed by any book that Paul Miller has released. So I decided to pick up a copy, and I finally got it read. I sometimes have books that I've had for over 10 years, and I have not cracked open the book because I have never gotten to it because the mood doesn't strike me. Maybe because the book hasn't had enough time to breathe, right? Maybe I want to save some of these novellas, these shorter reads, after I read an epic novel. So, this book, this novella, you get to follow Zuyen. She is a Vietnamese woman. The story takes place in Vietnam. The main the main scene, most of the story takes place is going to be at a shopping mall. The shopping mall was built over a temple. And when I read this book, I kept on kind of going back to, thinking about a movie called Poltergeist, right? Or is it just called Poltergeist? It's different, but I'm not going to spoil anything when it comes to what happens in this novella. But you get to follow what happens because of the idea that there is a spirit that is absorbed in the land or in an area, and that's the name of the book, and that's explained in there, and you get to see what happens, and it's pretty jarring, not in a bad way. It's jarring in a good way, where I read it in one day. It's only 118 pages, but let me tell you, I put it down and I thought about it for a week because of the story, because of trying to kind of put things together and kind of look back and say, what just happened? I was kind of in a little bit of a shock. I was in shock a little bit just because of it was really a shocking read, but it didn't fully hit me until after I finished it. I don't know how to. I've never had anything like that. I've always been shocked and surprised when it's happening, and I certainly was at some of the some of the um, some of the things written in the book. I was definitely pleasantly surprised, but like I said, I sat for a week just thinking about the book after I finished it. So it really had a lot of staying power. I could see myself reading this again in the future. Would I read anything else by Jeffrey Thomas? Yes, I would. Have I bought anything or checked anything out at the library? No, I haven't. But I was not disappointed. I was very happy with my first entry into anything that he has written. So if you're interested, I believe Earthling still has copies available. So it's definitely worth your time and money to pick up a copy if you would like to read just a short little novella that, to me, was very, very shocking. And it's something that I was thinking about, just about the whole story about what happens to this character and how it maybe could have been avoided. And I think it's kind of relevant to what goes on in my country, in the USA here, about how sometimes we're more obsessed about some things that aren't very important. And maybe we're forgetting about the important things. So, yeah, I would encourage you to go to Earthling and pick up a copy if this sounds like something you would like to read. I like going in blind sometimes, not knowing anything, by not reading, never having read the author, or just kind of saying, yeah, I'll take a gamble. And like I said, for me, it's always paid off. Never been disappointed. So there you go.